Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite vice president of the United States of America, boy, she tried to pull a fast one on black men. Oh, she tried to pull a fast one. She put out a plan talking about, she got something for black men. She did a plan on the African Diaspora News Channel. We did a whole live stream going through that particular plan. Well, they had to admit, because, we was going through it and it was saying black entrepreneurs and others. It was saying HBCUs and minority serving institutions, and kept saying others, minority, this, that, and the third. And we told you a long time ago, when you see them say others, minority, distressed communities, displaced, urban, that's always a finesse. If it don't say black to black all the way through from the top to the bottom, it's not for us. It's for everybody else. Well, now she had to come out with her campaign and admit that she tried to finesse black men into voting for her. Boy, you Democrats and Kamala, shame on you for that. Let's go ahead and check this out. Boom, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Wall Street Journal. Kamala Harris's agenda for black men will be open to all, coming directly from her campaign. That's from the Wall Street Journal. So that was a whole finesse, right? But we supposed to go out and vote for her. Now, here it says, Vice President Kamala Harris, the opportunity agenda for black men aims to show up support from pillar of the Democratic base, with a key section promising 1 million loans that are forgivable to black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. It also includes education, training, and mentorship programs that help black men get good paying jobs, legalizing recreational marijuana, and creating opportunities for black Americans, which that's the most offensive thing that just got on my nerves, to see the new industry, and helping black men provide care for the aging parents. While Harris' rhetoric suggests that she will provide such benefits specifically to black men and women, it turns out the words "and others" are doing a ton of work. It said the campaign says that the program listed under the agenda for black men will be open to all Americans, on a race-neutral basis. So that whole thing was a waste of time. And y'all say, see, she got an agenda for black men. We never asked for an agenda for black men. We said we want an agenda for black people. But as you can see, when we called it out first. Now they had to respond to it. They say the vice president is clear-eyed about how black men have long been denied the tools that allow them to grow their wealth, get good paying jobs, and support their loved ones. She is championing solutions that will benefit all Americans and address these specific barriers to economic opportunity. Now, of course, they talk about her background. They say she was a lawyer, former state attorney general, knows that under Chief Justice John Roberts, the conservative-dominated Supreme Court has little patience for racial preferences. In 2023, the court found it unconstitutional to consider race in college admissions, and this is why we don't talk about race. We talk about lineage base. That's what we talk about. Lineage, freedmen. That is a federal classification for black Americans. You can't go in there saying black. You got to say freedmen, okay? The term freedman is the best delineation term on any kind of paperwork. So if you want to do a scholarship, if you want to do anything, do it based on lineage, because it's not done on race, right? So they talk about your boy Edwin Bloom here, and it said Bloom promised to sue the Harris administration if it enacted what she seems to be promising racially exclusive programs like the ones she has proposed have been repeatedly struck down by the courts in the past year. Because, see, they know good and well about lineage-based things. Is even though the Gender for Black Men programs be open to everyone, the Harris campaign insisting it isn't misleading the target audience. The vice president assembled the ideas after hearing powerful stories from black men about the biggest hurdles that still make it too difficult for them to get in their business off the ground. The campaign handout says. Now, they say some proposals assure to benefit the target group, such as increasing federal efforts to combat sickle cell disease. It said, according to the National Institutes of Health, 90% of those afflicted are black. It said, but the Harris campaign acknowledges that the agenda for black men is intended more at reassuring a voting bloc. Look at that. More at reassuring a voting bloc that the candidate knows their concerns and promising exclusive benefits. They say the vice president wants to make black men feel valued, like they have a government that cares about them and their dreams, okay? So that's the finesse. So Edward Bloom, right here, this fella here with the horrible haircut, he said if she put that in action for black people, he is going to sue. And they keep saying, see, Edward Bloom, he can't do nothing about anything if you do it on the area of lineage. Lineage. Even that Supreme Court decision talked about the freedmen, okay? That's how you do it. But the whole thing was a finesse. It was a finesse, the whole thing. And it's like this. Most people don't have a whole lot of money to fight with the federal government like that because they have like endless amount of money. He don't. They can cause all kind of problems for him if they want to personally before he even gets to court. Because trust me, they can. He's not big and bad like he claim he is. But the main thing is that was a symbolism piece of work. There was a symbolism plan. It wasn't really for black people like that because it said and others in there. It said and others. And this is the level that they will go to black community to get you to vote Democrat. They want to lie to you. See, but this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. They never anticipated for you and I to read. You remember they used to say, well, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book or a website. Make it long where they can't read it. Well, this is the thing. We read. We also have AI too that reads at the same time. And we got AI right in our hands now. And so when you even try to hide certain language, the AI catch it. Yeah. So it's making it a little harder for you to lie. It's making it a little harder for you to be deceptive. But Vice President Kamala Harris knows she was doing bad with black men, and she tried to finesse black men, and she got caught. Understand, we are the pulse. All of us who are on these microphones, who's doing this and have been doing this, we are on the pulse. We catch this stuff early. We analyze it. We go through it just for you, brothers and sisters throughout America. We do it just for you. So you will not be finessed with Vice President Kamala Harris. I don't want nobody trying to finesse me to vote for them. Just say what you're going to do. Even if you're not going to do something, let me know that. And let it be my choice. Nobody likes to be deceived. Nobody. How many of you have been deceived in your life, believe one thing and it was another? I have. And I'm pretty sure many of you have in your lifetime. If you're a human being, you have been deceived. And when you're deceived, you're angry, you're upset. You know what I'm saying? When somebody pull a bait and switch on you, you're angry and upset. So that lady right there, but that goes into her character. She's willing to lie to us as black men. Say, hey, brothers, this for y'all. And then when you start going through it, you catch it. So Democrats, you're going to try a little bit harder. Go back to the drawing board. Democrats, I'll give you a hint. Get something together for black people, not black men, black people, and go and put the term freedman. Freedman, okay? Give the history of the term freedman, where it comes from, and how freedman is a classification of the descendant of slaves. That is not race-based. That is a classification of people. You understand? Just like when you have those Native American tribes, right? Those tribes not based on race. They're based on lineage. You understand? So if she was serious about it, she would do that. The one good thing that came out also out of the California Reparations Commission was their constitutional lawyer said you cannot do that on race. You got to do it on lineage. And that's the best thing that if nothing else came out of the California Reparations Commission, that was the best part. Do it based on lineage, not race. If you do it on race, it'll be struck down. You know what I'm saying? But y'all should be, you Democrats out there and you shield, shame on y'all. Trying to finesse black men. Instead of actually doing right for black people and having some policy wins during their administration, you wouldn't have to finesse black people at all. You wouldn't have to. Go, like I said before, if you would have gave us an anti-black hate crime bill, like you gave the Asians a bill, the Democrats would be great right now. The Democrats would be wonderful. If you gave us reparations, because you gave the migrants all the money, you don't have to call it reparations. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But if you did the same thing for us, like you did the migrants, I promise you, Kamala Harris would have won this election hands down. If Kamala Harris would have gave us an anti-black hate crime bill, if Kamala Harris had been putting all that money in the pockets of black Americans, I'll be one of the first people lined up to go vote for her. Because I say, hey, okay, Vice President Harris, she did her thing. She made sure we had an anti-black hate crime bill. She put a whole lot of money in black America's pocket. Okay, yeah, I'm good with her. But she didn't do that. So go and ask those migrants to vote for you, which I know so y'all trying to figure something out where they can do it. And then go and ask the Asian community to vote for you. Leave us alone. Stop finessing. Because at least with the Asian community, you can actually show the video of y'all signing the anti-Asian hate crime bill. And y'all could tell them that's the truth. Hey, we delivered for the Asian community. Now it's time for the Asian community to deliver for Democrats. Where are y'all Democrats at talking to the Asian community? It is time for them to be y'all need to get the votes out of them. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. And y'all sitting here lying and trying to bait and switch the black community to come vote for you. But you know what that let me know, ladies and gentlemen? The Democrats are in hella trouble. They are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Big time trouble. They got to resort to lying and finessing. And, more and more people I see is not want to vote for her. It's a lot of them want to vote for Trump. And all of them say the same reason why they want to vote for Trump. Not because they like him, but because of the dollar bill, y'all. It's like people say, they tired of spending $1,000 in the grocery store and only getting 5 items. It's the truth. I mean, it's the truth. Of course, that's an exaggeration, but, you spend 4 or 5 items and you spend $100, $200. Like, why I got this? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that when Trump was in office. That's been that way when she was in office. She was handling an economy where everything was good. Her and Biden ruined it. So yes, it's her fault. It's her fault. And I'm going to lay it right at her feet every time. Well, you got these Democrat shields. You just hate her. No, I don't have no hatred for her. Not at all. But I do hate what she did to my pocketbook. Oh, yeah. I do hate what she has done with inflation. I do hate what she's done with interest rates. I do hate what she's done with the border and letting all these military-age males flood this country in the millions. I hate that part of it. But is it personal? No, nothing personal. I don't know her personally. I don't. She may be a funny person to hang around. She may be cool. I don't know personally. But when it comes to politics and when it comes to trying to do this job, she's horrible at it. And sometimes people could be cool people, but they just not a good employee or a good leader. It happens. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. And it is what it is, because the fruit of a leader is their works. This is that simple. And her works say she's a bad leader. So why would I want to continue another 4 years of horrible leadership? Would I want to start spending $2,000 for five items of groceries? Is that what we're going to? This administration, you're going to see evictions like you've never seen before. You put her in there. It's going to be bad. And then the crazy part, Americans will get evicted, and then she'll put migrants in there on Section 8. Oh, tell me now y'all know she'll do it. You'll get evicted out your rent place, and then she'll move some migrants in there, and they can just charge 2 or 3 times more what the rent is, and she'll give them Section 8. That's what she'll do. So the migrants not gonna be homeless, but you Americans will be. You go put it in there if you want to. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking that kind of risk, especially if she up here finessing and lying. I mean, I wasn't taking that risk before, this, but I'm just trying to show y'all because, some of y'all haven't voted yet. And that's why I tell all my people that follow us, go to early voting. Get it over with. You can go in, come back out. That's how it is early voting. Don't go there November the 5th when all those people are there. No, go to early voting. Now, here in my state, the state of Texas, Monday is early voting, and I'm voting that day. I'm going to go in, do my voting from the top of the ticket all the way down to the bottom. And I'm going to be cool with that. And I mean that. Vote against blue no matter who. That's bottom line for me. I am not voting in no Democrat. Period. Can't believe these people trying to finesse brothers in the voting form. Boy, I'm so glad that brothers are so sharp, and they didn't even fall for that plan anyway. A lot of brothers say, man, she ain't gonna do nothing. And that's the wise part, because we didn't heard it before. And the game and the jig is up. It's just that simple.